Avoiding highly processed foods, such as deli meats and canned soups, in favor of whole, nutrient-dense foods, helps you control your blood pressure. Diet can significantly impact blood pressure, which is the force of blood against the walls of blood vessels. High blood pressure affects 47% of adults in the United States. High blood pressure can cause health problems over time, including heart disease and stroke. Salty foods in particular can cause high blood pressure. When you eat salt, your body retains more fluid, which raises blood volume and pressure. Sugary foods and foods high in saturated fats can increase blood pressure. On the other hand, eating a heart-healthy diet can help you reach and maintain healthy blood pressure. Whether or not you follow a certain diet, certain foods and ingredients may raise your blood pressure or help keep it high. Limiting these foods may help control blood pressure. 1. Salt or sodium. Salt, or more specifically the sodium in salt, is a reliable source for high blood pressure and heart disease. This is due to its effect on the fluid balance in the blood. Table salt is about 40% sodium. Some amount of salt is important to health, but it's easy to eat too much. The AHET source recommends eating no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium, the equivalent of 1 teaspoon of salt each day. Most of the sodium in the American diet comes from packaged and processed foods rather than what you put on the table. Sodium may be hiding in unexpected places. The following foods, known as the 6 salted foods, are major contributors to people's daily salt intake. Bread and rolls, pizza, sandwiches, cold cuts and cured meats, soup, burritos and tacos, deli meat. Processed deli meats and lunch meats are often packed with sodium. This is because manufacturers process, season and preserve these meats with salt. According to the United States Department of Agriculture (USDA) database, just 2 slices of bologna contain 910 milligrams of sodium. A frankfurter, or hot dog, contains 567 milligrams. Adding other foods high in salt, such as bread, cheese, various condiments, and pickles, means your sandwich can easily become too high in sodium. 2. Frozen pizza. The mix of ingredients in frozen pizza means it's high in sugar, saturated fat, and sodium. Frozen pizza can contain particularly high levels of sodium. Cheese is often high in sodium. Just 2 slices of American cheese contain 512 milligrams of sodium. This is generally combined with salty or sugary pizza crust and dough, cured meats, and tomato sauce. To preserve the flavor in pizza once it's cooked, manufacturers often add a lot of salt. A 12-inch pepperoni pizza, cooked from frozen, contains 3,140 milligrams of sodium, well above the daily limit of 2,300 milligrams. As an alternative, try making pizza at home, using homemade dough, low-sodium cheese, and your favorite vegetables as toppings. 3. Pickles. Preservation of any food requires salt. It prevents food from getting moldy and keeps it edible for a longer time. The longer vegetables sit in canning and liquid preservation, the more sodium they pick up. 1 small pickled cucumber contains 448 milligrams of sodium. However, lower sodium options are available. 4. Canned soups. Canned soups are simple and easy to prepare, especially when they've been simmering for a while or just aren't quite right. However, canned soup is higher in sodium. Canned and packaged broth and broth may contain similar amounts. This means that they can raise your blood pressure. A can of tomato soup contains 1,110 mg trusted source of sodium, while a can of chicken and vegetable soup contains 2,140 milligrams. Try choosing low or low sodium soups instead, or making your own at home from fresh ingredients. 5. Canned tomato products. Most canned tomato sauces, pasta sauces, and tomato juices are high in sodium. This means that they can raise your blood pressure, especially if you already have high blood pressure. 1 serving, 135 grams, of marinara sauce contains 566 milligrams of sodium. 1 cup of tomato juice contains 615 milligrams. You can find low or low sodium versions of most tomato products. To lower your blood pressure, choose these alternatives or use fresh tomatoes, which are rich in an antioxidant called lycopene. Fresh vegetables contain many heart-healthy benefits. 6. Sugar. Sugar can raise blood pressure in several ways. Research suggests that sugar, especially sugar-sweetened beverages, contributes to weight gain in both adults and children. Being overweight and obese increases the chance of developing high blood pressure. Added sugar may also have a direct effect on increasing blood pressure, though more research is needed. One 2019 study in females with high blood pressure reported that a 2.3 teaspoon drop in sugar could lead to an 8.4 millimeters of mercury drop in systolic and a 3.7 millimeters of mercury drop in diastolic blood pressure. Recommends the following daily added sugar limits: 6 teaspoons, or 25 grams for females, 9 teaspoons, or 36 grams for males. 7. Foods processed with saturated or trans fats. To maintain a healthy heart, it is best to reduce saturated fats and avoid trans fats. This is especially true for people with high blood pressure. Trans fats are artificial fats that increase the shelf life and stability of packaged foods. However, eating them increases levels of harmful LDL cholesterol, trusted source, and reduces levels of HDL cholesterol, which may increase the risk of high blood pressure. Saturated fats also increase bad cholesterol levels in the blood. Trans fats are particularly bad for your health and have been linked to poor heart health, including an increased risk of heart disease, apoplexy, type 2 diabetes. Packaged and prepackaged foods often contain trans fats and saturated fats, along with high amounts of sugar and sodium and low-fiber carbohydrates. Saturated fats are found mostly in animal products, including full-fat milk and cream, ghee, red meat, chicken skin. Recommends reducing your intake of both saturated and trans fats to help maintain a healthy heart. One way to reduce your saturated fat intake is to replace some animal foods with plant-based alternatives. Many plant foods contain healthy monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fatty acids. Examples of plant foods include nuts, seeds, olive oil, avocado. According to a 2015 study, full-fat dairy products do not raise blood pressure. 8. Alcohol. Drinking a lot of alcohol can raise your blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, your doctor may recommend that you reduce the amount of alcohol you drink. Research conducted in 2017 found a link between drinking less alcohol and lower blood pressure among people who typically had more than 2 drinks each day. In people without high blood pressure, limiting alcohol intake may help reduce the risk of developing high blood pressure. Alcohol can also prevent blood pressure medications that you may be taking from working effectively through drug interactions. In addition, many alcoholic beverages are high in sugar and calories. Drinking alcohol can contribute to weight gain and obesity, which can increase your risk of developing high blood pressure. If you do drink, recommends limiting alcohol intake to 2 drinks per day for males and 1 drink per day for females. If quitting alcohol is difficult, speak with a doctor for advice. Food to eat. Eating healthy foods can effectively lower blood pressure, both in the short and long term. In general, these include vegetables, the fruit, all cereal, fish and poultry, nuts and legumes. Research suggests that certain foods and minerals may also help treat blood pressure. For example, studies show that potassium lowers blood pressure in people with high blood pressure, because potassium offsets the effects of sodium. Foods that contain nitrates can also reduce blood pressure, including beets and pomegranate juice. These foods also contain other heart-healthy ingredients, including antioxidants and fiber. When choosing packaged or processed foods, choose low sodium, no salt, or no salt options. The foods you eat can affect your blood pressure, both negatively and positively. Foods high in salt, sugar, and saturated or trans fats can increase your blood pressure and damage your heart health. By limiting these foods and replacing them with healthy options, you can keep your blood pressure at a healthy level. A diet full of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean protein can help keep your heart healthy. Tell me in the comments if you want a video about the best foods for high blood pressure. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Our goal is to improve your health.